Eventually, I will need that one.
Hello, everybody. We're a couple minutes late, but we got her started. Welcome to History Through Canadian Numismatics with myself and my co-host Dale from Coin World UK.
Hey.
Who's going to cover some of the European coins in addition to our Canadian. I see Evil Arch Conservatives walk through the door. Welcome.
Hey.
Who's going to cover some of the...
Oop.
There we go. Forgot to shut that one off.
There's always one that pops up. Don't need that one.
So yeah, I took my granddaughter in for some minor surgery on her wrist yesterday. She had a ganglion that had to be drained that had been bothering her, and so we've been bringing her in dinner, and Tracy has been cleaning house for her and helping her around, and so we've been out of the house, which is kind of nice in my new vehicle, my old new vehicle.
In your new vehicle, in
my
your
old new
vehicle.
And looking forward to an interesting day. Starting to feel a lot more like fall here now, where we're getting some cooler weather. It still hasn't it's only just touched the freezing point during the nights, but most of the time it's not too bad. So, cool. And how are you doing there, Evil Arch Conservative? How are you down in the States there? I remember right, you're down in Illinois, right?
In Illinois.
Illinois.
In the Illinois city. Yeah. Let's see. Actually, I'll put that one there.
So we should be seeing a fair number of examples of coins here today, being that we're covering from 1970 through 74. Which is quite a bit different.
And I'm going to start it this way because I have there we go.
Awesome. Well, a little bit of trivia about the 1970 penny that we've got showing up on the screen. Again, thanks to coinsincanada.com for it. I don't have to pull it out of my album. I have all these. And this particular one is, with melt and minimum value for this one coin's 4 cents Canadian. So you can see why they stopped producing. It cost more money to make the bloody things than it was to not.
Absolutely.
There's two different types. You got the 1970 and the 1970 00. So it's basically some doubling on the zero. And they tend to be worth a few dollars if you get some, depending on whether they're uncirculated or not. And a good example, if you can find a 00 in MS65, you're looking at almost a $47 coin. But if you can find an MS66 in the 1970, it's worth over $51, which isn't too bad. And what do you have there, Dale? Let's take a look at yours.
I'm doing good. I'm just going to say, I hope you're feeling better, Evil Arch Conservative. I've just walked into the door. But she's saying hello. So now the first coin here is the 1970 proof. Now, as I said before, actually, some coins I need to get out as well. Let me just check to make sure there was none for this date. Yeah, okay, it's that one.
Oh, I got questions about that. You mentioned it was a proof.
Yes.
In Canada, our specimens are the ones that have no burnished look to them, whereas our proof ones either have the burnished effigy or design, either or a reverse proof where it's just the burnish is the opposite of the regular proof. You say this is a proof. What makes it different in the UK from Canada Because I don't see any burnishing on there.
The difference is on these coins. Now I got these coins from. I've had these coins a long time, but these are from broken coin sets. That's why I'm quite happy to get these out and handle these coins.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
So this is what I've done the videos with. My proof set is away somewhere in my briefcases. I ain't got a clue where it is, but so this is what I managed to collect, you know, from like markets or what I found over the years. So this is the difference between these coins is that they're not in circulation anymore. They were seized as circulation coins, apart from a couple. I'll show you that in a second. They weren't classed as the value of the coin when they were first minted, if that makes sense, from Queen Elizabeth. So yeah, this is the halfpenny. So these can reach a pretty penny. Some of these, there's 750,476 of these made. Obviously, depending if you're going to get a raw mint set or if you get an offset or anything like that. So mintage figures can change depending where the set is from. So so I've gone with the raw mint set mintages. This is the penny, the proof penny. Absolutely lovely coin. This is 750.
It is beautiful. It's nice when you see that there's nowhere you can see the Union Jack on the shield.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the C itself is amazing. And if anybody doesn't know the difference, what happens when it comes to the mints, when it's a business strike to a proof to an uncirculated strike here in the UK, the die, the production die, is only hit once. It's struck once. The BU sets are struck with a different die, and it's hit twice with a polish. The mirror, the proof set, is struck 3 times with a much sharper die and polished on every single strike. So that's the difference. But it's a beautiful coin. That's the penny. Here is the threepence, the 3 pence. That is just amazing. This is one of my favorite coins. These can be quite expensive. Well, individually, the set can set up to around about between £30 and £40, maybe higher, depending on the set itself. So, but you can get them into individual coins or whatever. But these are from broken sets. So it's about 3 different sets I got these from, 3 or 4 different sets. And then these are the ones that stayed into circulation, but not as a shilling. These went to a 5 pence or a 1 bob. So this is the English version. Absolutely awesome. And this is the Scottish version. Those coins can blind you. And you can see a Scottish rampant lion there. And so those 2 coins there were in circulation right up till 1992, but not being made. They were just there in circulation. And the Tanner, this is called the Tanner, and this is the most expensive coin to get. This can cost up to buy this coin individually, it costs around about £20.
They could blind you. They're gorgeous.
So this is a 6 pence. And I don't know if you can get back to that squarey thing again. Double squares. Please skip. So yeah, it's a beautiful coin, this one. But it's in the set. If you buy these coins individually, that would be the most expensive set coin you can get. And then this coin stayed in circulation. That's just dust off the thing, off the plastic. This would be the 2 shillings or florin, what you can call it what you like, but it's just 2 shillings. But these stayed in circulation as a 10 pence or 2 bob until 1992 as a 10 pence. And I'll show you. And then this is probably the most nicest coin of them all, is the half crown. It's a beautiful coin. I mean, it don't do it justice on the camera whatsoever, like most coins. But this is around about a £15 coin to buy it individually. And then you have our coins that now are in circulation at the time, which is a 1970 50p circulated, and it'll still state on there new pence. So you had in circulation it had been that one as a 10 pence, and then these two as 5 pences. 5 coins of those to equal one of them, and 10 coins of these would equal one of them. And then you had the large 10 pence, 1970, which is the same value as them. It was until these changed sizes, and then you had the Scottish Thistle 5 pence, which is one of these. Have I got that around the right way? Yeah. No, sorry. Get rid of that one. It's that one. So it's those two. Those 3 coins were in circulation, and then there was no 1 pence or 2 pence, if you notice, either. There was no 1 pence introduced, no 2 pence introduced yet, or no new half pence yet, and that'll be coming up in the next year. So these coins are now non-existent. So
wow.
So that's the only coins you had in circulation in 1970. So you still had old many mixed with new many. So it's quite interesting. It must have been really confusing because people were still trying to do.
It is for us guys in North America, but you know, it's fascinating to see.
It is, especially when people went from 240 pence down to 100 pence. Tate LeBlanc murder trial with defendants Charles Manson, Susan Atkins, Patricia Kerwinkle, and Leslie Van Houten opens in Los Angeles. So yeah, that was actually quite interesting there. So what I'll do, as you're calling out your Canadian bits, I'll get my 1971 coins ready.
Alrighty. Well, I've got the 1970 50-cent piece up for you to see. Again, depending on the quality and wear, this is now 1970. So you're looking at they're no longer silver.
Okay, so they're now into mainstream Croupo nickel.
Exactly. You'll find that there's a slight variation in the size, not too much, and in order to be considered valuable, of course, they have to be a very high grade, like an MS66. You can get almost $80 for it, which is quite a bit.
They're
cheap.
Some.
I mean, you can get them, face value if they're circulated, or just over $1 for an MS60, which is not bad. Now, talking about 1970, the cities of Fort William and Port Arthur were merged to create Thunder Bay, Ontario. That's something that I was not aware of. I've known of Thunder Bay most of my life, but I had no idea that the 2 cities were combined to make Thunder Bay, which is basically in the middle of nowhere on the northern edge of Lake Superior.
So, isn't that where on Lake Superior? Is that where was it a cargo ship? Saint
Fitzgerald?
Fitzgerald, that's it.
Yeah, that's where it went down. It's a very deep lake. It's extremely cold. And Thunder Bay is basically a city in the middle of nowhere. It's just woods.
That's just crazy that because the swells on the bay itself is like, because it's high winds.
Yeah, very rough. Very rough on the Superior. Nice to see you, Field Guy.
Field Guy. Right.
1970, the federal government announced plans to convert the nation of Canada to the metric system. Yahoo! 1970, the use of phosphates in laundry detergent was banned in Canada.
Wow. Let me just get these in order. And I'll just go. I got
Hudson
a lot
Bay Company moved its headquarters from London to Winnipeg, Manitoba. And the federal voting age was lowered from 21 to 18.
Same here. That's exactly what it was done January time, I think.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Right, I think that's right. 1, 2, 5, 10, 50. Alrighty. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Alrighty. So we're on 71 now. We're still going through 70.
Yeah, we can slip into. There wasn't a heck of a lot said about 70, so we can slip into 71.
We'll just see if anybody. Mark Farmer wrote the song. Mark Farmer wrote the song. Sorry, so I'm a bit away from the computer. I do have now. I'll show you something when I do my videos. This is my book. So it's from 71 and onwards. And if you can decipher my writing, then good luck to you. So this is how I do my. And here's my information. So yeah, I've had this book a while. It's all falling apart. I mean, it's got more sellotape in it and Tipex and anything else than ink. So, okay, I'll just show you some comparison. Now, apart from the ones I've shown you, which is that one, and that one, which is these ones are still in circulation, but they're only trades, so I'm not going to show them as you wouldn't have seen them around.
Right.
So, okay, this is our new halfpenny, and that was the old halfpenny. So, complete difference. Again, these are out of circulation, but I'll talk about that another time. But these are now finished. These are taken over, and that's what it says, new penny on there. You got King James's crown from 1971. It's very, very tiny. And then for the first time, you would see the 1971 twopence. And then you would still have the shillings involved, but the main coin was the new pence 5p, 1971. And then 1971 10 pence. And then you have the shillings involved, as well as the with the 10 pences, and then you had the 50 pences. And that's the only coins we had at the time. So 69. I don't know why I got the 69 out for. I should have got my 70 out, but I think I put it in the wrong slot yesterday when I was putting everything back. I've got the wrong book now. I don't want to give you false information.
1971, yeah. I was in Cornwallis, Nova Scotia.
Oh, 1971 is a
CFB Cornwallis training.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 1971 is a proof set, so I can't get to that one. So that would be the only ones around, apart from the 1971. So the only coins you've had in circulation would have been these 4 here, apart from the proof 1971 set. I ain't going to read anything out from the British history because I'll do that next time round, if that's okay.
Yeah, no problem. 1971 was the year that Prime Minister Pierre Elliott Trudeau instigated the fuddle-duddle incident in Parliament, where he was using inappropriate language. And so he says, no, all I said was fuddle-duddle.
Oh, my God, how pathetic. That nickel is better still. That nickel better still be there.
Yeah, July of 29th, the Blue Nose 2 is donated to the province of Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay. Is that the one you was talking about, that, Steve?
Well, the Blue Nose 1 is on the dime, but Blue Nose 2 is an exact duplicate.
That's cool. So our coins were quite boring at the time now, just those coins.
Our lovely 1971 50-cent piece. No silver in that one either.
Excuse me.
So they're good for face value unless you're looking at something like an MS-66 where you can get $130 for it.
Wow. Excuse me, man.
What else have we got here in chat here? Good to see Sandman Coins and Collectibles on.
Hey, Sandman. How have you been? I've caught up with nearly all the comments I had behind earlier. I had like 2 days worth of comments to catch up with. And
final episode of Dark Shadows. I missed that show. April 19, 1971, Judge Older sentences Manson to death. Manson is sent to San Quentin's death row. What tattoo did Charles Manson put on his forehead?
Was it a cross?
Believe it or not, it was a swastika.
That's it. That's it. And right in the middle of his eyes.
Nasdaq Debuts in 1971. Cool. Let's see over there.
All right.
Aha. The 1971 dollar was quite cool looking. It had British Columbia on it.
That is a pretty cool coin. That's a very, very nice coin. May 23rd, Romanian passenger airline is hijacked by 6 armed passengers forced to fly to Vienna. September 19th, 13th for the 9th. What else? September the 13th, 19th. African prison riot.
71, Al Unser Sr. wins the second Indy 500, his second one.
That's cool.
71. Anti-Vietnam War protesters arrested by the Nixon administration in 3 days. May 3rd. 13,000? Yeah, right, field guy. November 13, 1971, Mariner 9 orbits Mars and returns pictures. Pretty good for that early.
That's pretty good, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I love the 50. They're my favorite Canadian coins, the 50-cent pieces, I have to admit. Oh, yes. And not to mention what they don't say there, evil arch conservative, they had the Attica riot, but you had protests all over Canada and the United States. One of the biggest ones was on the Ambassador Bridge between Detroit and Windsor. They did that for that one and for Amchitka.
Wow. I'm ready. I'm going to read out some 1970. You're on 1971, right, aren't we?
Yeah, we're on 71. Yeah.
Right. I'm just going to read out a couple of events.
Go ahead.
BBC opens the university broadcast began. The Angry Brigade, an extremist group admitted responsible for bombing the Robert Carr's house, as well as plant bombing on the Department of Employment offices at Westminster. There's lots of strikes going on. The broadcast receives license was abolished for radios. Rolls-Royce went bankrupt and was nationalized.
May 23rd, a Romanian passenger airline is hijacked by 6 armed passengers and they forced the aircraft to fly to Vienna.
Vienna, yeah. That's crazy, that is. Britain began its negotiations for the EEC memberships in Luxembourg. The EEC is the European Economics Council, known as the European Union today. The pre-decimal penny and the 3 pence ceased to be legal tender. Obviously, as I just said.
May 30th, 30 fans at a Grateful Dead concert hospitalized after drinking apple cider spiked with LSD.
Oh my God.
Wow. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards arrested and sentenced for drug offenses. Not surprised.
No, not surprised there.
Wow. Let's jump into 1972.
Cool. Okay. Are we ready? Now, 1972 is a proof year. Not only is it a proof year, it's my year of birth. Woo! Team 72. So here we have the 1972 proof coin. I know it doesn't look like a proof coin, but as I said, I do get these out of broken coin sets. And there we go.
Gee, that looks just like our penny.
It does. It's really tiny though. It's really awkward to handle. So it says new penny. And if you want to know the mintage, got me a little book here. 1970, it's 150,000 he's made throughout the year. And one of these little coins, obviously in much better condition, this one is worth on its own £7. I've forgotten to get the pennies. I know I've got a coin. Oh, hang on. No, I haven't. There we go. There we go. I knew there was another coin I've missed out there. So that's the other coin. Then there was the penny. 1972. Again, be 150,000 he's made. I don't look like it. As I said, I do get these out of, so I'm quite happy to handle these ones. The 1972 2p with the German Eichsten in the centre means I serve. The Prince of Wales coronet, ostrich feathers emblem. Love these coins. And then the 5p, 1972, with the Scottish pistol on the reverse. So it's not a bad little coin. And then the 10p, 1972 10p. It's quite cold here, so it looks like it's got this condensation on there. With the Royal Guardian lion.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 1972 50p. How thick these are.
Yeah, that's really thick.
You knew when you was a little boy running around in school and you had any of these in your pocket, well, not really always the 50p, to get 50p pocket money when I was older. But when you had these coins in your like 10 pence or something, you went through pockets like how. It was always in your sock. $1972. Over to you then, sir. Evil Arts Conservancy, 1970, the California Supreme Court declares the death penalty unconstitutional, and Manson is automatically reduced to life in prison. The debut of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. An awesome album, was certainly indeed. Elvis and Priscilla are separated. The last trolley bus system in Bradford was closed here in the UK.
In 72.
Yeah.
You know, I was driving trolley right up to probably about 8 years ago.
Oh, wow, man.
Serious. You know, it wasn't until 72 that Canada banned cigarette advertisements on film, radio, and television.
We didn't get that right up until, was it about 93, Stephen, when they banned cigarettes and alcohol on advertising? Stephen, was it 93 when they banned advertising, or was it about 96? Alcohol and cigarettes.
That late?
It might have been before that. I think it might have been about 84 when they started campaigning, but I think it had a total ban because there was none on racing cars in 96.
Mhm.
Even in sports, yeah. Marlboro, which is now Renault, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, it was quite late for our advertising to catch up with everybody else. So my friend is an encyclopedia.
Well, that's always handy to have someone that's fingertip knowledge.
He just sat there watching TV right now, and I can ask him that. He'll pop up with. He's like walking Google.
Canada, we had a lot of interesting things happen. We got the capital gains tax came into effect. Lucky us.
Oh yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Let's tax the low class, shall we?
The member level of the Order of Canada was established in 1972.
Wow.
And that's what I want to look at there. The first Dick Clark New Year's Rockin' Eve debuts with Three Dog Night, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and Al Green. You know what? To have Dick Clark take over from Guy Lombardo was a smart move, because he was the ageless teenager, that man.
Wow. I think when you get a people person in as well, he's up with the down with the crowd, sort of speak. Rather than
absolutely.
Who's never been, always been privileged, doesn't know what it's like, to and I think that's probably what's happened with is going to happen. We haven't got anybody here apart from Nigel Farage who understands the people. The denominator of Kalen becomes the Republic of Sri Lanka. Now, the reason I read that one out because that is on May the 22nd, my birthday.
J. Edgar Hoover dies. Yeah, he was a strange man.
Hoover? He looks a bit alien to me. The Hoover Dam.
The Pickering nuclear power plant opened in Ontario, and the Churchill Falls hydroelectricity facility opened as well. As you may not know, Ontario is a huge supplier of hydro and nuclear power.
Still is today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few, obviously, like places like Harwell going, and in Oxford just down the road, and a few other power stations up and down the country. Bloody Friday, July 21st, 1972. 9 people died and over 100 were injured in a series of IRA explosions in Belfast city centre, which is what's happening at the moment with Article 16. France is poking us at the moment. Hypermarkets debut in England some 20 years after the debut in France, when French retail mark Carrefour opens hypermarket in Caerphilly, South Wales. Wow, it's just lots of IRA stuff really going on.
Yeah, it took a long time for that to settle down, didn't it?
97. But it's only a ceasefire.
Yeah,
That's
wasn't it negotiated with Sinn Féin, their political wing?
Sinn Féin was oh god, the leader of Sinn Féin. I can't remember his name now. Jeremy Adams, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy Adams and Tony Blair in '97, I think. Was it '97? Yeah, the Good Friday Agreement. John Bruton.
LNW's here.
LNW.
Join in.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change over my. If you want to carry on, I'm gonna change over these coins to 73.
73 is a good change, yes.
73.
73 and me. Wait a minute. Is that a movie?
I don't know. Sounds like it. Should be if it's not.
I'm not sure whether that was the reason he wrote it or not, Jason. Maybe Dale has a little more insight into that. What did Paul McCartney write the lyrics for Bloody Sunday because they wanted to give Ireland back to the Irish, Northern Ireland?
I'm going to have to ask my friend Steve. Question: did Paul McCartney write?
It's like listening to Cash Cab.
Ireland back to the Irish because of Bloody Sunday.
Bono wrote Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Paul McCartney wrote Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Bono. His name was Bono.
Bono wrote Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
January 30th, 1972.
There you go, January 30th, 1972.
That was the first.
There you go, he sat over there, there's my mate, sat there, look. He just he's watching telly. Sorry? Yeah, 21 people you said were murdered. By the
But yeah, that was 30th of January 1972.
30th of January 1970, Bono wrote Bloody Sunday, Bloody Sunday. That was the actual song. So that's 72. I told you he's like a walking internet, didn't I? 73. Now this is quite odd for this year because you only get sets in some years and some coins you get circulated, so it's kind of awkward. 5p.
Having a little trouble getting. You got your 73s laid out there?
Not yet. Some are in proof sets. As I said, I can't get to my proof sets because they're buried in that cupboard. $72. Yeah, he's great for a pub quiz, old Stephen, isn't he, Stephen? Everything.
Okay, that's showing a 69, but it goes to show you they didn't have an example of the 73.
All right, buddy. Right. Okay. Back to 73 now.
1973, interesting year. '73, the Irish Stardust runs aground north of Vancouver Island, causing a large oil spill. And work began on the construction of the CN Tower, of which my uncle Patrick was the tower crane operator on that job, and that job on the Confederation Bridge and the arena, what do you call it? Their covered stadium in Toronto. He also helped build that as a tower crane operator. He's welcome to it. That's way too high for me. Too much climbing.
1, 5.
Angels Are We, Nursery and Other Things. Welcome aboard.
Angels
73,
Are We.
gee, 73 was the year my oldest son was born.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff here for 73.
Yeah, there's a
Dealing
few,
with the
yeah.
Watergate scandal. Some sports. L&W's thrown some stuff on sports.
Yeah.
St. Louis Rams, Los Angeles Rams becomes the first player in National Football League. Example, NFL history to score 2 safeties in the same game. I have no idea what that means. I don't follow football, but it must be important.
Dimebag Darren. Robert Metcalf and David Broggs create the Ethernet and the local area network called LAN.
Hi, Darren.
Can't remember the guy who actually invented the internet. He's a British guy.
Papua New Guinea gains self-governance from Australia. Interesting. Yes. Montreal announces Canada's first lottery to help pay for the 76 Summer Olympics. I participated in the 76 Olympics, not as an athlete, but as security, military security. But they called it the Olympic lottery. And from then on, that's when Canada started having these lotteries, 649s and whatever. And they're in Canada, they're tax-free.
Our lottery is supposed to be tax-free, but I guarantee you it isn't.
Oh, you do pay taxes on it when you put it in the bank and you're gaining interest, but the actual initial amount you don't, which is pretty cool.
And the thing is, people think if you put, say, $1 on and you win $10, it's not actually a 1 to 10 bet. It's actually a 9 to 1 bet, because you get your dollar stake and you get $9 back. So that's another way they actually highway robbery you as well. So it's only a 9 to 1 bet.
The Libertarian Party of Canada was founded in 1973. In 1973, I was in Petawawa, Ontario, with 3rd Battalion, Royal Canadian Regiment.
Cool.
The Canadian Intergovernmental Conference Secretariat's established in 73, and Canada sold its first CANDU nuclear reactor to South Korea.
No, Sandman. I haven't seen you for ages, man. Night, guys and gals.
Oh, yeah, Sandman's got his new place.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, very nice looking place. What do you got for 73 sitting on your desk?
Alrighty, so we have the now this is where the Royal Mint starts calling people, because you have the 1973 circulated coin here. This is new penny again. That's a half p, and it's quite confusing because people do say this is a penny, this is a new penny. It's not actually, it's actually half penny. And it used to get 2 sweets for half of these, 2 little, and then it went up to a bit of a con later on. It went up to 1 sweet for a penny, rather than the 2 for a half penny. 1973 1 penny. Still, you got the portcullis there and little chains. And if you actually do collect these, if you look really close, you look at my videos, and it shows you all the rivets between the squares are all different as well. So some have circle, some look like donuts, some are like blobs. So they're all different. And again, it's new penny. And if
You know,
notice,
that particular coin reminds me of some Roman coins I've seen. It is very similar in the design.
yeah, it's obviously not the portcullis, it's the gate. If you notice, the 5p, the 2p, and the 5p is missing. They're the only two that in proof set. So to get the two coins to get them circulated, as you wanted a whole date run, you had to buy the proof set. Hey, there's videos, and then we have the 10 pence. Again, this is from my dad, so. And this is new pence, Royal Guardian Lion. There is actually, I can't remember his name. The actual lion, there is actually named the lion. And then if you notice, this is the 1973. It's the first commemorative coin for the 50p's, the large 50p's. 13 hands to represent the EEC. And the United Kingdom. This is the first Republic of Ireland and Denmark enter the European Economic Community. So basically free trade around the EC, now the European Union, but we've had Brexit since then. So, and this is how bad Northern Ireland is. 400 children attacked British Army troops in Derry, Northern Ireland. British share values. Two IRA bombs exploded in London, killing one person and injuring 250 others. 10 people arrested hours later at Heathrow Airport on suspicion of being involved in the bombings. It just goes off all the way through the air. I mean, we had a bus explode at the top of my road. Value-added tax (VAT) comes into effect in the UK.
Yeah, I can still remember the smell of the pulp mill. Angels Are We Nursery and other things lived in and around where I used to. I actually lived both in East and West St. John. West St. John's what I remember the best, but I even lived on King Street. I used to live four stories up. My first apartment was furnished. It was $50 a month. Boy, didn't that age me. I love the 1973 Canadian dollar. It's 1973. It's 1973 centenary Prince Edward Island, and that's a handsome looking coin.
That's a fantastic coin. Sorry about that. I was just someone just sent me a message, and I just realised what you just sent. The Dalai Lama made his first visit to the UK in 20th of October.
The Sears Tower is completed during May. The 108th floor, 1,729 feet tall. The structure became the tallest building in the world at that time.
And do you know what's so special about the Sears Tower? It looks like it's actually been built at an angle, but it isn't.
It's a cool looking structure.
It's a fantastic looking structure. It is the way the architecture. If you ever see grand designs or stuff like that, the way they make this stuff is just crazy.
'73 Indy 500 winner Gordon John Cock earlier in the month. Driver Art Pollard died during a practice session crash. Well, that's sad. Mayor Videos. Hey, buddy. Always good to have Marlon on.
Marlon's and he has been here a while. Pizza Hut opens in the first UK restaurant in Islington. There we go. That's basically it. A lot of it's just about bombings all the way through, right up till it's almost daily occurrence.
1973. Yeah, the U.S. started their route. Call it a route. It was a route out of Vietnam. But what you don't hear a lot about, besides the boat people, what happened to all the South Vietnamese soldiers that left South Vietnam? Well, guess where they ended up? Fort Benning, Georgia. They used them. They were actually paid by the U.S. government to help train American and Canadian soldiers. I know I was one of them. And they put us through mock POW camps, the whole 9 yards. So they were actually still being used as soldiers as late as 1976.
That's just crazy, man. New Zealand's basketball team wins the 61st consecutive game, the NCAA record. I'll tell you what, there's been amazing.
But you're saying Dale sounds like your cousin's son?
Who said that?
Angels Are We Nursery and other things. She says, you sound like my cousin's son that live in Ireland.
Ireland? Close, but the other side of the Irish Sea. Right, I'm not going to get any 74s. I think that's going to be... I can get 74 with that one. Might as well get these ready. But thank you.
Oh yeah, furnished. Boy, that is old. How did I've fallen way behind? Yeah, it was a furnished suite. It didn't come with the fridge though. I actually had to put during the winter. I had to put my food outside the window. But unfortunately, if you ever saw the seagulls in St. John, they're huge. I always end up losing half my food.
Dive bombers. I reckon they shouldn't call pigeons. I reckon they should call them stookers. Pigeons and seagulls. Friggin' nightmare, those birds. Right, so what have we got there so far? Nothing. Right. 74. 74.
Hagar the Horrible. I like that comic strip.
$73. Hello, Skip.
How you doing, matey? Yes, Halloween was a lot of fun. Got to digress back to the 17th century. It was quite interesting. So we're gonna swing slowly into 1974. We get 74s up here.
Do you know, it's so much history going on. It's going really, really quick.
Yeah, fairly. All right.
Shall I tell you a funny story? What happened to Zoe like today. She tried selling some Dr. Seuss books and didn't realize they were banned on eBay.
Oh dear. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, Dimebag Darren still at work. Hey, someone's got to work around here, buddy.
Exactly. You're doing it for us. We love you. Oh, that is a fantastic coin.
It is a beautiful coin.
Is that the 100th centenary of Winnipeg?
For Winnipeg, yeah.
That is just awesome. That's like my kind of coin. It's got like, it's like looking through a looking glass in like 100 and looking at history.
You could see it through the zeros. I mean, you're looking at, horse drawn, or I would imagine that's like a Red River wagon that's being hauled.
Mm.
And of course, modern Winnipeg compared to when it was first established. Windiest and coldest city you could possibly imagine.
I suppose it's like the then and now kind of type.
Yeah, pretty well.
Spyglass sort of thing. That's, those sort of, when you think of things like that, that is just amazing, and that's what I like about those type of coins. We have Lady Bravin in the house. Nice to see you.
April 3rd, 1974. A tornado struck Windsor, Ontario, killing 9 people. The Toronto was part of the 1974 super outbreak. That tornado passed my house as I stood on the porch watching it take the roofs off the houses across the street. And it went all the way down around and then down Central Avenue, took the roof off of an arena and killed the 9 people there.
Oh, wow.
And we always believed that if you open up all the windows so the pressure equalized, you wouldn't lose as much of your roof.
Well, it kind of makes sense. You're letting the air pass through and in and out.
But you know what? That back in those days, I had no sense of mortality. I mean, I was standing on the porch watching it across the street.
Well, you had no fear, did you? You didn't.
Like, I'm surprised I'm still here. Good grief.
Muhammad Ali is the current heavyweight champion of all time. George Foreman agreed to fight for the title in 1974. 1974, the first vaccine developed for chicken pox.
Yeah, and everybody that got chicken pox is enjoying shingles today.
Yeah, I know it. Lovely. Charles Simeon coins the phrase, what you see is what you get. I'll coin the phrase, what you see is what you get, and describes ability to display a file or document exactly how it will go down to be viewed in print. Gerald Ford gives unconditional pardon to Richard Nixon. Oh, that's about the Watergate scandals, wasn't it? A 1970 Jules book by Peter Blenchley is released. Soviet launches the Soyuz space station December 26, 1964. The space station carried the X-ray telescope that began operation in January 1975. Johnny Rutherford wins the 1974 Indianapolis 500. The 55 miles per hour speed limit imposed to preserve gas usage in US worldwide. Well, US wide. Ours has always been at 70 miles an hour. Done freeways or motorways.
A highlight of U.S. politics: Gerald Ford gives unconditional pardon to Richard Nixon.
Wow. I just read that one as well. Over here, for the first time, January the 1st, the New Year's Day holiday is celebrated, the public holiday for the first time. So
Good old Hank Aaron hit his 715th home run. He breaks Babe Ruth's record. That's awesome.
That was a big record to beat.
It is.
I'm just trying to find something that is quite.
And we just had a vote on whether we wanted to keep daylight savings time or not. Apparently there's a lot of people that can't handle the change.
They do that for the sunlight, for the cows. Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? I honestly don't know.
I didn't know about the cows, but it's apparently, especially as you go further north, you try to hold on to as much daylight as you can. And believe it or not, here, when we're lucky to get 4 or 5 hours of daylight during the winter. It's kind of nice to add an extra hour on there.
Yeah, it's to confuse. What I don't know how true it is. I don't know whether it's a solstice or whatever, but because obviously the Earth is tilted further, the light is, as you said, is shortened in the northern, like Scotland is dark at around about 2 o'clock. It's like it's dark here at 3 o'clock, or getting dark around about 3 o'clock now. And as it goes round, it would be like 4 o'clock. It'd be pitch black. So that's because the hour is now gone back. So yeah, so that gives more daylight for the Scottish to milk their cows. Apparently, that's what I read anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 1974. There's the halfpenny. And it's still stating new penny. There's the 1 penny. These are circulated coins. And if you notice, there's some coins missing as well. And here's the 10 pence, new pence. And if you notice, there's no 5p this time, no 2p, no 5p, and no 50p because they're only improved sets. And which is kind of crazy. But again,
thank you, LNW. That one I never heard before. I would imagine he got himself in an awful lot of trouble.
Babe Ruth came out of retirement to hit 43 home runs. Was that in 1974?
No.
It's Field Guy joking, surely, isn't he?
Field Guy's joking. He keeps throwing these weird things up there. He just doesn't want to win any coins.
I was saying he didn't come out of retirement. He came out of a vapor apparition, didn't he?
Exactly. He was a ghost.
Field Guy, man, so funny.
In 1974, a treaty between Canada and Denmark is ratified, establishing the maritime border between Ellesmere Island, which is Canada, and Greenland, which belongs to Denmark, measuring approximately 1,449.4 nautical miles. It is the longest negotiated international continental shelf boundary. However, the boundary line has a gap around Hans Island, with both nations claiming sovereignty. And that's an unusual one because on that island, every year, they switch flags and they leave a bottle of booze. There's nothing there. It's a rock.
Raymond Wan's here. We all know evil will win this, so why not have fun?
Oh,
it's
yes.
It's
The
not
kidnapping
a
of Paddy Hurst. There's been a lot of controversy about that one, too.
5 previous all-male colleges of the University of Oxford admit women undergraduates for the first time. Thames Valley Police. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Thames Valley Police break up the Windsor Free Festival. That's it, really, for me.
The Heimlich maneuver for rescuing choking victims is published in the journal Emergency Medicine. And the Heimlich maneuver is no longer taught in first aid in Canada.
That's weird.
Apparently, they're having too many issues with broken ribs and whatnot.
Mind you, I'd rather have broken ribs than choke to death.
Copper Owl Coins, welcome aboard. You're just catching us at the end here, brother.
1974.
That was an absolute disaster. The 6th Canadian Army, it was Royal Canadian Army cadets, were under the direction of both regular force and reserve soldiers. And they were, and why Army cadets were fooling around with grenades, I have no idea. Especially back at that time, they were just switching over to, I think they're called the M34s, and then they went to 80s and 83s. Okay, I'm not getting into technical, but they went from the pineapple type, where you had to actually take the base plug off and prime them with an igniter set, to the modern ones, which the Americans used in Vietnam, which was a perforated wire that was wrapped around a charge. And it wasn't meant to kill, but to seriously maim. And to be teaching cadets grenades, and I was in cadets as a kid too, plus 22 years in the Army. That's ridiculous. They shouldn't even been around grenades. They were kids. So there's someone got in serious trouble, not to mention the loss of life. That was really sad.
We did grenade training, but it was all supervised by the Army. You know, they let you practice with, like, it was like dummy grenades.
Yeah, they were painted blue.
Yeah, they threw them. We threw them over the wall. And
so why would they give them live grenades though? Why would they have live grenades for that? To this day, I'm baffled.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But when we went to Salisbury, providing that they let you have confidence, you know, because obviously you pulled the pin out and you held it and then you lobbed it. You had like 1, 2, 3 maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
And
bring yourself up there, buddy, so we can see you.
Let me just turn this camera around. Hey, there we go. Hey, everybody. And it was like light charge. It was only like, it would go off like a poof, you know what I mean? It was like a proper explosion.
Mm-hmm.
But you had your foxeye. You had one on the left and one on the right. And I threw mine over and it went just like a smoke grenade or like type thing. And but my friend Jason Bunce, he threw his and it hit the wall but cleared it, just doink off the wall and cleared it. And of course we all jumped into this foxeye right next to the wall. You can actually see the wall shake. But yeah, Mayor's coins.
Always nice to have Maya come up.
Hang on.
Nice to see her.
Give me a second, guys.
Rumble in the Jungle boxing match between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman takes place in Kinshasa, Zaire. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So today we covered the history through numismatics from 1970 to 74. And we've had some really, really good contributors to our chat. And I will be the first one to say that Evil Arch Conservative, you're going to get first dibs at a coin today. And LNW, I'm really happy that you came aboard and you shared with us some of your research material, because that's basically what we do is we're digging through our whatever history records we have and coming up to see what went on, what transpired during the time that those coins were minted. And like I say, we're getting closer to the holiday season. It's going to be a little more challenging, especially when the guy in the red suit shows up here, because we're going to be dealing with world coins from all over the world. And the same thing, we're going to be looking at history, but I'm leaning towards more of the holiday activities that went on during those years. So don't be surprised if suddenly we're not looking at all of the gloom and doom, which there's so much reported in the news. We'll be looking at some of the cool things that went on and the things that would feel good stuff. That's all right, Darren. We'll get you up whenever we can. I know you're busy. I'm not sure we lost Dale here. We'll do the draw from the. There he is.
Hello.
We're gonna do the bucket list. We're gonna do two of our major contributors. Of course, we know that LNW is definitely going to be there, but Evil Arch Conservative has done a lot of excellent sharing with us today. And even Sandman Coins jumped in there and gave a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to give him the third one. But he doesn't know, since he bailed on us, he doesn't know that he's going to get one. So I'm going to do Evil Arch Conservative since he was here from the very beginning. Get my magic bucket list. Buckets. Got a whole bunch of coins sitting in there. You know,
I won't tell you what you use that
we'll
bucket
see
for.
what we get for Evil Arch Conservative first draw. First draw is what do we got here? We've got 1 cent. Oh, I think that's a 2002. Hello, where are you?
That bucket is what you use for
2002. Penny, that's Evil Arch Conservative. That's your first one.
That's beautiful.
That's the anniversary one.
Yeah, that bucket's been around in a while.
Yeah. Sandman's going to get one here too. Okay, this is for LNW. Let's see what LNW gets. And LNW, have you guys got your package yet? Let me know when it comes in, because it's sent out. Oh, you lucky girl.
Again?
Look at this. She's got a toonie.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a mint roll. Out of the mint roll, the Victory toonie.
Oh, the V. Oh, that is beautiful coin.
You never know what's going to come out of there.
And that's actually really cool for significant coming up on the 11th of November.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What does our friend Jason get from? We'll see what he's going to get.
Come on, Jason.
Oh, Jason's gotten a nickel. He's got a 2018 Canadian nickel, so he'll get that.
Oh, that's a beautiful.
So that's for Jason. So I'll put that in your bags, and that covers today. So we'll be looking at 1975, 76, 77, 78, and 79. Come next I'm week.
Looking forward to those dates.
On Monday.
1974 is when Zoe was born. Forgot about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Zoe is a year younger than my oldest boy. That just shows how old I am.
You're not that old.
No, not in spirit. Wait until I put my red suit on. I'll be young as a 10-year-old kid eating candy canes.
I'm 50 next year. Look at that.
50. What's half
Halfway
a
to
century between friends, right?
halfway to a Queen's telegram.
So now that we've come to the end of the live stream, who do we want to go and raid today, guys? We got any ideas? Who's got a live stream going that needs some raiders?
Let's have a look. I will. There's Plumber Stacker, not the Plumber Stacker, sorry. Big Apple Stacker. Big Flip Coins. Joe Durbin's on. Frontier Survival is on. Mobile Coins is on. There's Maximus Silver Stackers on. Edwin Vasquez is on.
Can Collectibles on as well?
2Pack's on. Captain
gee.
Jerk is on. Can we go and raid Captain Jerk? He's only got 9 people in there.
Throw a link up. Oh, I end up visiting everybody anyway. I just kind of bounce around.
He's a nice guy, Captain Jerk.
Captain Jerk.
Yeah, he's funny. He does a lot of he's like an open panel, but he's a really nice guy. Just coming back to the stream. There we go, Captain Jerk. There you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of captains out there.
There is a lot of captains.
Thank you for the link there.
Resin work and stuff like that.
Super. All right, folks. Thank you for joining us. Dale, thank you for your assistance, sir.
You're welcome,
Great
sir.
to see so many. You know, I
made it today.
Oh, yeah.
In.
And we will, don't forget to visit Coin World UK
Tomorrow.
Thursday. You got Battle Chat. It's getting better as the days go on, believe me.
I got things coming up in December, so I might slow the chat down, like do a coin chat and then a battle chat, because I want to do. I'll let you guys know you're going to be the first. Right, it's a secret. I want to do something for the 12 days of Christmas coming up.
Oh, you got my attention.
So yeah, that'd be awesome. So yeah.
Alrighty.
There's
With
Captain
that,
Jerk.
folks, we're signing off.
That's the captain there.
Okay, we're going to check them out. And Dale, we'll talk to you in the background here when we leave. We'll say goodbye, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Cheerio.
And look after yourselves. And it's always awesome to see. I love being here. I love it. I love it every second.